Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to our channel. The indigenous people of Biafra is in the news again, and this time around, a prominent Igbo man, seemed to have a classified information concerning them. Before we go to the news proper to find out what exactly it is he's telling the whole world and to give them a head start over what is going on in indigenous people of Biafra, we'd like you to subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button. Click on the red subscribe button. Beside it, you see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel on YouTube. While the former chairman of Nigeria's National Human Rights Commission, NHRC, Chidi Odinkalo, says the status quo style of leadership that existed within the indigenous people of Biafra has broken down. Odekalu said this during a recent interview on Arise TV. He was speaking on the insecurity in the southeast region and separatism. According to Odekalu, IPOB today is not limited to Nnamdi Kanu's. The IPOB command and control structure, if it existed, is broken down. So there isn't one IPOB. There are multiple IPOBs, and you have got political IPOB, Odekalu, a professor, said. In Anambra State, for instance, I think one of the challenges in election is knowing which IPOB you are talking about. There are political IPOB owned by partisan political actors in Anambra State. There is a faction in Anambra Central who are masquerading as IPOB. Then you have got a set of cults that are from somewhere in Ebonyi State and parts of Abia State, as part of political IPOB in Anambra State, for instance. And then you have got the Nnamdi Kanu's IPOB. All of them are competing for space. And there is a commercial dimension to this, because people are making money off this stuff. It's totally messed up. It's the truth. But the reality also is the incapacity of leadership, both from the federal level and from the political elite of the Southeast. Report has that last week IPOB vowed to observe a 7-day lockdown as from November 5th in support of its detained leader Nnamdi Kanu, unless he's released by the federal government on or before November 4th. Disturbed by the negative implication of the 7 days at home directive by IPOB for the Anambra governorship election, the state and the Southeast zone and Nigeria had begged the separatist group to reconsider their stand. This is serious. Okay, but let's quickly, I don't want to go through, he said quite a lot. I don't want to go through all the things he said. Well, we're actually concerned over the fact that he mentioned that IPB have different factions, have different multiple facets. But I want to quickly say this, very quickly. I remembered where the Ima Powerful, the Media Publicity Secretary of the Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB, came online, made the press release, I think 3 weeks ago, precisely 3 weeks ago, from this as at the time of filing this particular report. He said that there are persons masquerading using the name of the indigenous people of Biafra for their selfish reasons. So some of the politicians, there was a time when Ima Powerful actually said that some of the politicians keep claiming that they are in talks with IPOB, they are working on modality, that Ima Powerful challenged them, double-dared them, say, look, if you say you are in charge of IPOB, or you are in talks with IPOB, or you have been in leadership of IPOB, mention one. Give us one name, and we'll tell you that such a person does not exist in their rank and file. Which means Ima Powerful, his ears was actually on the ground. He now realized that anybody who wants to do anything to just say, we the indigenous people of Biafra, whereas they have no idea of the organogram. They have no idea. They have no idea, those who are even in the rank and file. Most people don't even have an idea of how Ima Powerful looks like. They just know that there's one Ima Powerful somewhere. But yet, they keep using the name of indigenous people of Biafra. And now this man is now saying, being the fact that he must have seen some certain issues, some certain things, and he could say authoritatively, the IPOB is not the IPOB, that at the beginning, when Nnamdi Kanu was at the helms of affair, when he was free, when you mention IPOB, you can specifically say, okay, this is how it works. But right now, everybody's claiming IPOB. Now, he even made mention of that there's some who must masquerade as IPOB. So there are some sects. Any little thing they do, they just use the name IPOB. Some of them are into so many things like UGM. Sometimes they mistake UGM. They say that they are suspected to be IPOB members. They'll see some young men, they'll say they're suspected to be ESN IPOB members. Everybody's just suspecting IPOB. So IPOB now becomes a dark for anybody who wants to do something in Southeast. They say if it's something that has to do with, let's use IPOB. Everybody now, and to the point that even when there's normal issues of social menace, it's IPOB. It has gotten so bad that it will make a lot of sense if before tagging IPOB, let it be that there has been an investigation, thorough investigation, and if after your investigation you did your whole final it is IPOB. Sometimes it's even innocent persons, they just call them IPOB. Sometimes people don't even know. If you drill them properly, may be shocked. They just know that it's one IPOB, but they don't even know how the whole thing works. They just know that there's this IPOB that's always talking and all that. So it clearly shows to a great extent that Ima Powerful was right. And this young man too is also the professor, is also right. Which means at this level, politicians now have decided to use, especially from the Southeast, have decided to use that name as a franchise, so sort of money-making venture. I can also remember when he said something. He said sometimes too, at some point it has become commercial. You see different fractions, everybody's claiming to be IPOB. Some persons will come, they say, okay, they're actually trying to come together as a group to see if they can raise money. If they can raise money, I begin to wonder. Severally, I've seen HDOS, the DOS Director of State of the Indigenous People of Biafra, severally come on social media and debunk that any fundraising that is not being called out by them in particular, that people of the Indigenous People of Biafra, their members, should please not honor it. That's to tell you that they've been hearing stories. So people just come up and say that they're actually raising fundraising. They'll put date, time, people should pay into this account. Several DOS has actually warned that people should, anything that has to do with money, nobody should answer such. Now the question now is, why would they do that if they have not been some people who have not said to stylishly make gains over it? So if you check critically and technically, the man was right in saying that things that are happening clearly shows that some people are trying to make money, monetize the whole system, as they make money out of the whole system. And there's genuine people who are actually fighting their cause. And he's saying that now the control structure, based on what is going on, the people are now beginning to infiltrate and begin. But if you check in all, Ima Powerful and the HDOS, they've been trying their own little way to see how they can, keep it in one force. But obviously, everybody wants to just, take from one way or the other. But let's just see how this plays out. But if you ask me personally, Ima Powerful is trying really from time to time keep debunking so that it does not go viral over things that are not accredited to them. That's how we're going to wrap it up. Let's listen to that conversation also take.